bought a new one for this. It's an original Novi one. I bought a new one, contact points. Be aware that this is an engine that turns anti-clockwise when seen from the right, because it's a moped with a relay box. Originally there was a paper joint over here. What I will do to prevent any sticking on the long term is apply some copper paste. I want to make a small bushing of about the thickness of a bobbin, and then put the screw on top. This we will have to adjust. Check that the cables run free. Now we first need to lower the contact points in such a way that the gap is 0.35 millimeters when at maximum space. Hey. It's a little bit of trial and error process. When I was a kid, 15, 16 years old, I've done this so much that this is exactly 0.35. That's one. But now the ignition timing. Okay. The engine turns in this direction. This is the top dead point, as we call it. The spark should be a little bit earlier, and we can see that over there. The spark should be a little bit earlier than the top dead point, which means that I have to go backward, and that should be the moment that the points lift. Okay, so while keeping this the piston in the same position, I'll twist this in such a direction that it first closes. Then I put this in between, cigarette paper. Then I go further and try pulling like that until it slips. Crankshaft is not turning because that would make the piston turn. Yes. Okay. This is the moment. Okay. 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 So only a blow, and then you put this on top with these two points over there. And thread, so yeah. Good. There is a little hole over there. I don't know where it serves for, but I want to plug it, and I have found a little silicone stopper and the problem solved. Now there is the clutch side that still remains. It should be done in the right order and with the right set of washers. Okay, this is the clutch, and the manual says first to put the needle bearing inside. I put grease everywhere. That's after having cleaned the whole thing. I put some grease over there, and this was greased also. Okay, I have 4 washers. It's talking about placing one 0.8 washer first, so I'll do that. Here, good. Then we have the 0.8 washer, and we'll push it to the depth. Oh, come on. Good. Circlips to push the small one first. This is what I didn't want. We are 1 day later. New energy. I want to remove the small circlip, which is a problem on itself, but with these that I have ground down and made smaller at the tip and bent out a little bit so that it can take the small circlip, which is at a considerable depth, and I'll give it a try now. When it was dirty and greasy, when it was mounted, it was a problem, but right now I think I have it right now. I decided I don't have much choice, so I decided to follow more or less the manual, which means that I have, I'm trying to take my washers now, which means that I have one 0.8 washer that should be used on top of this circlip, but below the circlip I can add the 0.8 washer that's already inside with these two, so that will adjust a little bit the play that I have right now. It's not really a problem, this play, but it's nice when the play is a little bit more modest. Add a little bit of oil. Okay, good. Drop them, have them drop down. Okay, some play left, no problem. Dishwasher, pair of tongs. Let's tap it a little bit. Oil drop. Good. Yeah, this is short, yeah. Okay, that's enough. Apply some copper grease over there. I'll have this screwed into the cylinder head. Gently move the piston to the top of that point. Before working with the belt, I first degrease my fingers. That will avoid any slipping once it is in action. Let's get this motor running. Get out on the highway, hitting some adventure. Discovered that my old piston head still has a few things that I need to remove that should be tapped in there. So let me first do that. Okay. Now don't drop it. So I'm searching a place where I can apply enough lever. Something like that, I guess. Good. One over there, one over there. Oh. These are the new parts I have. A new high tension coil, which comes from a Vespa Chow, originally mounted on a Vespa Chow, completely waterproof. And this is the improved condensator in a stainless steel housing, completely waterproof. And this is mounted in the ignition housing, and you will see how that goes and how everything is connected together. I bought it from www.pantin.nl in the Netherlands. The red lead is a mast cable, a chassis cable, coming from there, between the cylinder, going there, and there is another mast cable, this one, going to the relay box. Okay, I have mounted this piece over here. Everything has been tightened. Let us review my new ignition system. It's no electronic ignition, it's still a traditional system with a high tension coil with a condensator, but now not mounted on the hot engine but on a cooler place. The condensator is connected with the entrance point of the secondary coil. Also, it is connected with the wire coming from the other side, from the ignition, from the spark plugs. Let's take a look at the other side. Here comes the wire from the high tension coil. That blue wire is connected with this terminal. It's an isolated terminal, as it is mounted on a glass fiber reinforced piece of plastic, mounted with small screws in the spot where normally the condensator is mounted. So 2 small screws. From there also a cable runs to the primary coil, this one, the red one. I needed to extend that cable because it was too short. Normally it's connected with the contact points over there. There is a wire, the black wire, this one, the thick one, which is connected with the spark plugs, with the contact points. And that's it. At first it didn't work, but most probably it was a bad connection over here. It was not. It was still isolated or so. So when I redid the whole system, it worked and I got a spark. So let's mount the flywheel and take a look if it works right now. This is also a left running cam, so that was okay too. So those things could not be the reason why I didn't get a spark. I also modified, I mounted 2 filters to be sure that no dirt from the reservoir, if anything was left, can enter the carburetor. And there's my spark. It's a hazy day, so it's so dark that you can see it. Good. Okay. So it made a sound of a 4-stroke engine, which is mainly caused by a nozzle, the main nozzle, slightly too large. I had by accident another one with the value 20. This is 220, and 20 seems to be something like 200, but that one is a little bit too small, which causes the engine to get quite hot and less powerful at maximum speed. So I ordered one in between now. Until then, I want to take out the one that is too small and replace it with the larger one, because that is safer. I don't want to overheat my engine. To remove the nozzle in the easiest way, you untwist that a little bit. This, you need to take such a screwdriver and an 8mm wrench with you to be able to do this on the road, because one of the main reasons of getting trouble on your way is a plugged nozzle. Okay, that's the one that I fixed yesterday, and now I replace it with this one.